Why, hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is for you, thank you so much for stopping by. And welcome to tonight's stream. It's more Love or Pretend. Because, we didn't get to do a lot of Sena's route last time. We got to do a bit, but we lost about 30 minutes to like an hour. Okay, pause there. So we're just gonna jump right back in, and again, this will probably be a longer stream because I don't have work tomorrow, so yay. All right, so without further ado, let's pop over here. Oh, the spirits took me while I was prepping things. Okay, well that's fun. All right. Here we go. All right. We're all set back. So, let's jump right in. That's right, because we were right in the middle of having a confrontation with Kirari about Sena. Maybe he's thinking about career change for acting. He's hanging around you for your connections. We're pretending to be dating Sena so that he can have a reason to turn Kirari down other than he's just not into her because she doesn't accept that for some reason because she's wacko. But so we're pretending to be his girlfriend and Kirari isn't buying it. My connections, you know, that's not out of the question for you. That isn't the problem here. I'm glad our countermeasure hasn't worked on her, but how does she figure out he's an aspiring actor? I reflexively gulped and Kirari closed in on me. Yeah, you're wrong. Well... Here we go. We're saving the game. And because I don't want to waste time with trial and erroring the correct answer. We are going to use a guide. We have a lot of otomes in the backlog, so I need to not be trial and erroring this. All right, this is episode 5, yeah. Dodge Kirari's suspicions. Yes, you're mistaken. I just became his sub-manager now, huh? Be with him? Wait, what? I don't understand that. If looks could kill, I'd be toast. How did I meet him? I can't slip up even once or else she'll tear me apart. What do I do? Would it be better to give her the truth or play up the romantic angle? I contemplated my approach at my writing job. The truth? I know, basing my answers off the truth will give me more confidence. Correct. As I recall, I met him on the first day of the auditions. We ran into each other while I was working as Professor Asagi's assistant. Yes, actually, I found it pretty difficult to deal with him because he's being so forward. All truth. Kirari examined my face closely, her eyes sharp. It'll be fine. I can answer her properly if I refresh my memory. Kirari practically scowled as she looked at me. Yeah, we were close together. True. How I became friendly with Yukito, huh? Pinned under her probing gaze, I desperately dredged up a response. They're spending time close by. How did it happen? Through the audition camp, of course. We shared meals and even made a short film under the same roof. Yeah, it's true. I can't go into detail, but I spent several days in the same place as him while we worked on a project with Professor Asagi. I'm sorry, but it's still unannounced, so I can't elaborate any further. At my confident answer, Kirari pressed her adorable lips into a tight frown. Okay.
適当な言い訳じゃ納得しないから、キラリにちゃんと説明して。
Uh-huh. How I felt for him, you mean? Kirari nodded deeply. Her entire posture demanded I hurry up and tell her. Feeling the silent pressure, I said, I saw his serious side. Let me think. Considering everything I knew of him up until this morning, maybe a sweet memory or a romantic episode would be a better example, but something else had changed my initial impression of Yukito. Yeah, we saw him seriously practicing. I saw his serious side, his intense work ethic, and the one he hides from the public eye. Right, I could remember it clearly. While we were making the short film, I caught Yukito secretly practicing his lines alone. Yukito said it wasn't his style, but I think I came to admire how hard he pushes himself. I didn't exactly fall in love at that moment, but I meant every word. I gazed at Kidari, resolute, and she made a complicated expression as her eyes fell to the floor. Do you even know that side of him?
まあいいけど、それでセナさんと仲良くなって好きになって、でその後は？
And then what?
告白決まってるでしょ。好きになった後は告白しなきゃ付き合うことにはならないんだから。それはどっちからどんな風にしたの？
Goodness gracious.
あんた？それ。
Well, the confession, huh? I grappled with my question, searching for an answer. Yukito at his favorite bar. Back when we went to that fancy bar, our conversation involved him making a request. It wasn't romantic, but the things he said to me in confidence were a confession of sorts. Close enough. Yukito took me to his favorite bar. While we were drinking our cocktails, he told me how he felt.
セナさんのお気に入りのバー。
Oh, you don't even know that, do you? Yes, why?
キラリ、そんなところ知らないもん。
Yeah. Kidari pouted, looking slightly hurt. Well, it's only half true. I yearned to tell her that, but I resisted. Okay, what's up? Kidari frowned, lost in thought for a moment.
それじゃあ、最後にこれだけ教えて。
Okay.
セナさん、本当に俳優に路線変更しようって考えてるの？モデルじゃなくて俳優にってねえ。教えて。
Kidari's earnest, stern gaze betrayed a hint of anxiety, so I replied, I can't answer that. I can't answer that.
なんで？何も聞かされてないってこと？
I shook my head. No, because it isn't a personal question. It concerns his agency. You're asking a question about the direction his agency is taking. I'm not in a position to answer. As someone in the same industry, I would expect you to understand that. She's like, ah, fuck! Kidari bit her lip.
恋人じゃないって証明してやろうと思ったのに。
Yeah.
でもセナさんのことちゃんと見てるってことだけは分かった。
Seriously? Yes, of course I have.
もうまだ完全に信じたわけじゃないんだからね。
God, you're annoying. It's a step in the right direction. Woohoo! Alright, we did it. Alright, we're done with that until next
と
episode.
にかくあんたが彼女だろうがなかろうが適当に近づいたんじゃないっていうのは分かった。
Yeah, good. I placed a hand on my chest in relief, then brought up something I'd realized during our conversation. May I ask you a question too?
何よ。
Why are you so worried that Yukito might be considering a career change? Kidari froze, and then...
もうマネなら分かってるはずでしょ。
Huh? Huh?
そんなの決まってるじゃない。モデルやってる時のセナさんがどんな時より一番輝いてるから。
So you think...
目が奪われて胸がキューッとして本当に何も言えなくなるくらいモデルのセナさんはすごいんだからね。
Oh, but... What if Sena wanted something different for himself? I opened my mouth ready to say as much. Oh, sorry, I got a text. I'm almost up. Where's my cute little Miss Manager? Ah.
セナさんから？
Yes, he's almost due to appear, so if you'll excuse me. I dropped into a quick bow and scurried out of the stairwell. Oh, I have to hurry. He's almost on stage. I ran down the hallway hoping to make it in time. I tapped out a hastier reply along the way, but all in my mind, Kidari's words echoed. But all the while, Kidari's words echoed in my mind.
そんなの決まってるじゃない。モデルやってる時のセナさんがどんな時より一番輝いてるから。
Hello, Wally. Thank you so much for becoming a Melrose. You're wrong, Kidari. I've witnessed Yukito fully immerse himself in his role with a warm, genuine performance firsthand. Back then, Yukito shone the brightest of them all, enough to blind you. However, Kidari probably wasn't the only one who felt like he was at his best while modeling. I have no idea. I was sure that if only they saw Yukito's acting, they would accept his new path. That's optimistic. That's optimistic. The next day, Yukito's manager, whom I was supposed to relieve, was still at work. Jeez. Are you okay? His scream reverberated through the dressing room. Yukito casually clapped his distraught manager on the shoulder.
まあいいじゃん。あれも番組内のトークなんだし、西島さんも悪気なんかなかったって。悪気があるないじゃないんだよ。ああ、おかげでこっちは大変なことに。西島さん。
This blow-up was a result of yesterday's variety show broadcast. It happened right after Nishijima had finished promoting his drama. Nishijima, what'd you do?
いやー、それにしても今回のドラマも熱演だったみたいですね。
そう言っていただけると嬉しいです。監督の熱がこっちにも伝わってきたので、僕も頑張らないとって思いました。
なるほどね。で、どうなんですか？これだけ監督に褒められてる西島さんにも意識してる俳優さんとかいるんですか？
そうですね。
Oh no.
俳優ではないんですが。
おお？
セナさんとはぜひ共演してみたいですね。
俺っすか？
こいつ？
Oh no.
嘘でしょ。
Oh, he didn't make it public. He was trying out.
ひどいな。
まあ、彼自身のそういうところは置いておいて。モデルさんなので当然花もありますし、それにどこ
Okay, well that's not terrible.
まあ、こういう人が本気で芝居をしたらどうなるんだろうって、そういう興味みたいなものかな。
ですって。ドラマ、映画を作ってる皆様、
オフ
ァーお待ちしてます。
お前軽すぎるだろ。
僕は割と本気ですけどね。
I mean, that's not terrible, but watching live feed from the lounge, I'd only thought one thing at the time. If this means Nishijima has acknowledged Yukito's acting abilities, that would be great. Hi, Phantom. How naive I was. Reality was never so simple.
目の前にいた人を名指ししただけかもしれないけどさ。
Yeah.
西島さん、もっと自分の立場を理解してほしいよ。
Why can't Nishijima say he wants to act alongside Yukito?
考えてみてよ。西島陸といえば、若手の中でも頭一つ抜けた実力派だよ。ガード硬くて周りを寄せつけないので有名だし、そんな人がユキト君に興味があるなんて言ったら、
Then
役者としてのオファーがたくさん来ちゃうでしょ。というか今現在もう何件か話来ちゃってるの。
Okay, well, I see. Amazing!
しかも今までみたいなゲストとかちょい役じゃない。すごいガチなやつ。
Hey!
とか西島さんとの共演まである。
Set out your dream!
もうそんなに話来てんだ。さすが西島さん、影響力ある。もう笑い事じゃないんだよ。モデルセナユキとはそんな売り方してないんだ。なのに役者になるとしたら、イメージを崩さなきゃいけなくなる。
Why? Blessings. What? Oh, right. Professor Sagan mentioned this before. Even if Yukito wanted to transition into acting, his agency might oppose it because it clashed with his manufacturer persona.
今回来てる話はどれもユキト君のイメージと全然違うし、 断るにしても相手の顔潰しちゃまずいし。もうどうしたら。
Did they have Kazuma's voice actor do this guy too? Holy shit. The manager cradled his head in his hands, seemingly on the verge of tears.
はい、もしもし。ああ、オファーの件ですね。わかりました。すぐ向かいますので。それじゃあ。
Oh my. He sounds like me after I get off a meeting with clients. I'm like, awesome, wonderful, thank you. And then meeting's off and I go, oh, breathe. The manager heaved another sigh and turned us a look of exhaustion.
これから僕は事務所に戻るけど。くれぐれも、ゆきとくん、軽率な行動は慎んでね。
He'll tread very carefully. I'll make certain he treads carefully.
上田さんもゆきとくんのことよく見てて、もし調子に乗りそうだったら今日だけは叩いてもいいから。
Okay, but he might like that. Okay?
俺って信用ないな。
No.
とにかく誰かにドラマの話とかされても適当に流して絶対乗っちゃダメだからね。分かった？
Yes, sir.
大丈夫大丈夫。マネ君は安心して事務所戻ってよ。心配だな。けどもう戻らないと。それじゃあくれぐれもよろしくね。
Hold on. This one. I want to hear the word he used for office.
大丈夫大丈夫。マネ君は安心して事務所戻ってよ。
事務所. Oh yeah, office.
大丈夫大丈夫。
No, don't play it again. There's another word for office. Okay. I know it's her kaisha. Well, it's just company.
急いでマネ君も大変だよね。
It's still amazing that you've gotten so many offers overnight.
そう？
Of course, people will be shocked if they see how well you can really act. Your acting in the short film was wonderful.
そっか。それじゃあ君はどう思う？
About what?
俺がマジで俳優に転向したら、そしたらちゃんとやっていけると思う？
My eyes widened at the unexpected question. If Yukito really does shift to acting, then you'll absolutely succeed. You sure can. I absolutely, positively believe you'll succeed.
マジ？
Yeah, for real. After all, you were downright amazing in our film. I felt like I was sucked into the screen, and I wanted to see even more of your acting. I still vividly remember what it was like. I realized that I'd thrown my fist into the air like his own personal cheerleader. Yukito looked taken aback.
そっかな。
Oh, you blushy. Yeah, that's why I'm 100% sure you can make it. Okay, maybe 99%. I put even more vigor into my clenched fists and stared back at Yukito. Anyone would feel the same after seeing him act. Yeah, I was sure of it. Oi! What's so funny?
いやー、やっぱ君は最高だなって思ってさ。
Rude. Oh!
にしても、俺のことよーく見てくれてるんだね。
No, I mean, yes, but not really?
ああ、もしかして俺めちゃくちゃ愛されちゃってるんじゃない？
うるさいよ。Absolutely not.
仮にも恋人同士なのに。
It's only pretend.
ありがとう。さてと、そろそろ撮影の用意しよっかな。今日はでかい特集だから気合い入れないと。今の俺はモデルのセナユキトだからね。
Yukito's smile seemed a little different than usual. It was tinged with the seriousness I'd seen in him at camp. How strange. Normally he's so laid back before stepping on stage that it worries me. I'd heard this was going to be a gravure shot for a female-oriented magazine. Was it such a big deal? Is there anything I can do to help? Maybe I can bring you something?
特にないかな。っていうか、今日はこの仕事だけだし、帰っちゃっても大丈夫だよ。
What? I can't do that. This is my job, so I'll be doing everything to the letter.
そう？ならいいけど。 できるだ
He's
け
gonna come out.
楽屋でじっとしててね。
He's gonna come out freaking naked or something. The dressing room. What?
じゃ、行ってきまーす。また後でね。
Oh, okay. Good luck. I watched Sena head out the door, my head cocked in confusion. Wait for him in the dressing room? Wasn't this the first time he told me to do something like that? Huh. Okay, that's it for my schoolwork. I closed the files I'd been working on in my computer, then checked the time. It's been quite some time since Yukito left. He hadn't returned since. Does he even get breaks? I know he told me to stay here, but it couldn't hurt to go check on him. Just then, there was a knock at the door. Is someone there? Maybe Yukito was calling me for something. I stood up from my chair to go to the door. Oh, it's you. Huh? Kirari? Yukito's on a shoot right now. Just to watch? But outsiders aren't supposed to be... Huh? Huh? What? Without another word, Kirari grabbed my arm. Wait, where are we? Huh? At a gravure shot? Oh boy. I really can't. He told me to stay here. While still pulling on my arm, Kirari let out a snort. Oh, that's what you're aiming for. Why not? I recall it being a gravure shot for a woman's magazine called Tauntaun. Fashion, sometimes it could gravure, okay. Inside, I'll follow. Huh? Adult man? Well, I'd hope. If it's a gravure shot, I'd hope he's an adult. What? I'm still befuddled as to what had her so worked up. When I shot her a curious glance, she sighed. What? Oh, nudes. Wait, nudes? He's covered in noodles. I guess this gets someone going. Are you sure about this? We're the studio without permission. Wait, we're sneaking into the shoot where he's nude? I feel like there's a lot of problems here. Okay. Both options suck! I glanced up right as she said that. I couldn't believe my eyes. Uh-oh. Is he with... Where are your hands? Wow. Wow. I guess, yeah, somebody's on top of him, I guess. Huh? He's also demonstratively not nude. He actually has clothes. Yukito bare-chested was striking a glamorous pose under bright lights. Wow, it was as if he existed in a whole different universe, cut off from the rest of the world. Only one word could describe him in this moment. Beautiful.
いいよいいよ。ゆきとくん、すげえいい。
He smiled, his expression transforming with every frantic click of the shutters. Innocent, seductive. Every time his face lit with some new emotion, a scent ripples through my chest. It's just one. I'm gonna preview very wrong, Kidari. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him. I've looked away. A single glance was all it took. Uh-huh. Okay, what?
けどこの撮影はキラリのイメージじゃダメだから。でもそれでもこうやって見てたいの。
Huh? Kidari's voice seemed to fade away as I gazed on, spellbound.
女の子はみんな思うの。自分
Okay, yep, understood. They want him? Then the spell broke. Yeep! It says something tumbling around. I could see you. Dear Lord, I kicked it.
Oi,
Says
誰だ?
this,
ちょっと大丈
Oh. Our eyes locked, but my breath hitched. At the same time, something had just finally rushed through my brain. Oh god. Oh god. He saw me! I've been standing here all this time staring at Yukito, thinking all the while how beautiful he was. He does live here! These bears spit that surged forth was like a flood drowning me where I stood. I can't take this. I'm so sorry.
ちょっと待ってってば。
If I stared there even a second longer, I was doomed. Squeezing my eyes shut, I sprinted from the room. We're like, oh shit, I'm attracted to him. I bent over to catch my breath once I reached the dressing room. Whoops. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. After a handful of deep breaths, I finally started to calm down a little. I disrupted the photo shoot. I have to apologize later. But an apology was the furthest thing from my mind at that moment. The sultry image of Yukito was burned into my memory. I've never seen him like that before. I heard him described as a top-selling popular model so many times now. Kidari had told me as much too. But back there, Yukito was just... sex? Question mark? Okay, yes, we literally saw that 2 minutes ago. I remember what she said and wrapped my arms around myself. No, I hadn't thought that at all. I voiced my refusal aloud. I'd never think of it that way. Never, but still. I don't know how I'm going to face him from now on. I wasn't sure how I should look at him after this. What's wrong with me? I'm supposed to be his sub-manager and also his fake girlfriend, so, like, we've got some leeway. I pressed both hands to my burning cheeks and squatted down, burying my face in my lap. The next day, after arriving at the photography studio, I opened my planner while walking a little ahead of Yukito. Your job here today will be photos and an interview for the magazine. After makeup, they'll be briefing before the shoot. They'll finish with the interview. It's about time for your makeup session. They'll finish with the interview. It's about time for your makeup session, so they should be calling us soon.
OK 了解。あ、そういえば次の現場だけど。
For his sub-girlfriend, no. His sub-manager and girlfriend. Yukito sidled up close enough to graze my shoulder and I scuttled away. Then I put on a smile. Yes, what about it?
共演者のあの人だけどさ。
As he spoke, Yukito took another step towards me. Yet again, I shuffled just out of reach with a smile. He lifted an eyebrow in curiosity, then frowned and stopped.
ねえ、今日の君なんか俺から逃げてるよね。
I wonder.
だって。
At the end of the day, this is just a scandal countermeasure.
スキャンダル対策？
Yeah, you tend to get physical with people. It is bound to cause misunderstandings, so I'm taking precautions. We can converse easily enough without you being so close to me. It's perfectly normal. Perfectly normal. Yukito pressed his lips tight in a pout. Let's get going. It's time for your makeup. For just a moment, I let my guard down.
ねえ。
What the? Ah! It clicked instantly, and I wiggled both arms to escape his sudden embrace. Oh, what the heck do you think you're doing?
これは結構重症だな。
When Yukito muttered something to himself, I took 3 steps back, assumed a defensive pose, and glared at him. He closed the distance in an instant.
あのさ、君が昨日見た俺が割と刺激強めなのは分かってるけど、あれも仕事だから、そんなバリア張られちゃうと俺的にはショックだし困るんだよね。
It's problematic for who? Who's putting up walls? Like I said, this is just a word of scandals.
ああ、でもここスタジオだよ。マスコミがいないのは分かってるし。それに君が俺についてくれてるのはキラリ対策の一環でもあるわけでしょ。なら距離だって詰めとかなきゃ。ねえ。
Yukito grinned suggestively as he slithered in close. For a moment, I thought he would swallow me whole. Stop messing around!
俺はこれっぽっちもふざけてないよ。
I skittered away for the umpteenth time, but he still seemed as close as ever. I was done for. Or so I thought.
あれお、ゆきとさんも。
Ah, Kazuma. Hi, Kazuma, darling. Hi, Kazuma. My best friend popped up at the end of the hall, alongside Miss Kayama. My hero! I've never appreciated you more than I do right now, Kazuma! Praising my good fortune, I quickly sped over to hide behind Kazuma.
なんだどうかしたか
Mrs. Kayama peered at me while Kazuma turned to look wide-eyed.
大変そうね。
Sorry for the commotion. Even while this exchange took place, Yukito closed in with a smirk.
ああ、せっかくいいとこだったのに。ここでも番犬センサーが発動しちゃったか。
The guard dog.
また番犬って。まさかゆきとさん、またこいつにちょっかいかけてたんすか？
おいおいおい。
人聞き悪いな。これが俺流のコミュニケーション術なだけ。世間一般じゃそういうのセクハラって言うんすよ。
The society calls your communication sexual harassment.
あ、カズマちゃん、常識人っぽい。あんたが常識からでっかく外れてるだけっすよ。
なんだか本当に大変みたいね。
Yeah, you're not wrong. My shoulders sagged and I returned Miss Kayama's chuckle with a bitter smile. Are you two here for a job?
ええ。今日セナさんがインタビュー受ける雑誌は昔からうちが受け持たせてもらっててね。今前の女優さんのヘアメイクが終わったところだから。セナさん、お待たせしました。メイク室へどうぞ。
At Miss Kayama's summons, Kazuma looked up from his banter with Yukito.
あ、はいはい。じゃ、カズマちゃん、今日はここまでってことで。別に今日はじゃなくていいっすけど。
Yukito breezed past Kazuma and me since I was still standing behind him. And as he did so, he reached out to me and ruffled my hair.
よしよし。俺がメイクする間、いい子にしてて。
I flinched and shook off his hand, eliciting a snicker from him. After that, he slipped into the makeup room. Damn it, Yukito was teasing me. You jerk. As the words left my lips, I felt blood rush to my cheeks. I clamped my mouth shut with no idea what sort of expression I was making. Why are you staring at me? Don't you have some work to do?
いや、ここのメイクルーム狭いからさ。俺はここで待機。
Huh? Oh, okay.
つうかさ、なんかあったか？
Well, huh? Nothing happened. Nothing at all. But why do you ask? My voice came out timid and Kazuma looked away and scowled.
いや、なんかさ、ゆきとさんがあんな感じなのは前からだけど、なんか今日はお前もまんざらじゃなさそうっつうか。
Well,
いつもなら塩対応決定なのにさ。
Yeah.
今日は付き合いたてのカップル感強い。
Wow, we were able to do that. We got it down pat, guys. We got it down pat. A couple? No way.
いや、だってさ、いつの間にかお前まで名前呼び出し、頭撫でられて真っ赤だし。
Try as I might, I couldn't excuse away the warmth in my cheeks. It's not what you think. He's doing all this to ward off that model Kirari, and I was flushed because it's hot today. He came close to me because I'm his sub-manager now, and he's used to me. Yeah, we're just fake making out. I told you over ring that we're pretending to be a couple. Remember, there's nothing else to it. As I rambled on, Cosmo's frown deepened.
まあ、そこまで言うんならいいけどさ。
It's fine, really, so don't worry. Like you said, I'm being plenty careful of scandals.
それもあんだけどさ。どっちかっつうと。
Curious. I tilted my head to the side, and Cosmo leaned in to whisper.
ほら、お前の父親の話。
Don't forget!
今の段階だと、
possible
ユキトさんの父親が一番可能性が高いんだろ。
God, well, thanks, Kazuma. Huh? Oh, God, he's right!
可能性が消えたわけ
The
じゃね
music change!
あんまそういう意味で近づきすぎんなよ。
Holy shit. It's okay. I know. Cause of a side.
カズマヘルプ
Don't think about your dad.
今行きます
Oh boy.
じゃあ俺は行くけどマジで気をつけろよな。
Only after I watched Kazuma dance to the makeup room did I remember to breathe. He's right. I know he is. It had completely slipped my mind ever since I got entangled up with Kirari in the sub-manager gig. Don't think that's how that works, but alright. Yanked back to reality, I thought about what Mr. Hanai, the director, had said at camp.
俺としてはセナピーの方がよほど怪しいと思うんですが、どうすかね。
セナ君か。否定はできんな。
Like, yes, it could be Sena. Do you know who it could also be? Nishijima. So, you know. Still a possibility. Yukito's father could be my father too, meaning Yukito is potentially my half-brother. I let a heavy breath and closed my eyes. Yeah, he might even be my big brother. I do not want to quick load, no, I just want to hold that. I knew that, I knew it well. And yet, I can't think of him that way. I had seen him as a model. I've been swayed by his talent. I'm just confused. That's all it is. It must be. I'm just confused. After all, how could I do such a thing? There's no way I'd fall in love with someone who might be my brother. Was it possible? I wonder if the bad end has him actually becoming your brother. Like if the who's your father depends. Oh hey, episode 6. There's only 2 more episodes and then we're done with his route. Wild. A few days after I spoke with Kazuma at the TV station, I'd calmed down somewhat, so I resumed my online research. I searched the web for Yosuke Sena. The articles that popped up largely fell into one of 2 categories. The first covered his work as a producer. What a track record. He won an Academy Award in the drama category, and another production still holds the all-time record for ratings. So many titles. They're old, but every single one is famous. Naturally, his work included the show my mother had written, Pretend to Love. Yosuke Sena had a reputation for productions that explored women's minds, especially in the romance genre. It spoke to how highly regarded he had been as a producer. But my eyebrows arched at the other titles that came up. Just as I'd heard, there were heaps of reports on his scandals involving women. The scandals started with an actress in his productions that even extended to crew. Okay, but like crew's not bad. With most of them amounted to hearsay, so it's hard to know what is or isn't true. Like it's a lot more problematic if the producer's fucking an actress than if the producer is fucking a camera person. Yeah. Yep, we've seen this before, more or less. His reputation for womanizing had even spread to Dr. Makino and Mr. Hanai. I didn't really want to imagine Mom with someone like that. So he retired from public life after his affair with a famous actress. As part of his apology, he left the TV station he was affiliated with. Looks like he never touched another program after that. Following the scandal, years passed before Yosuke Sena resurfaced the public eye. When his son Yukito debuted as a professional model, it caused a commotion in certain circles. Shocking, promising young model's father discovered to be a former A-list producer. There were several such articles. Son of the king of scandals, poised to continue his legacy. It didn't appear that Yukito had achieved his current popularity by riding on his father's coattails, but there were no shortage of writers who'd mocked him for it early in his career. Feeling nauseous, I closed my laptop. Mr. Sena, huh? I wonder what he's up to now. How much did Yukito know about his father? Were they still in touch? Did he remember anything that could help me? Does he know about my mother, or whether Yukito has a blood-related sister? The thought squeezed my chest in a vice. Nothing was set in stone. And yet I couldn't stop thinking about it. Besides, if Yukito's father is my father, if he was my big brother, I wouldn't be alone anymore. Even if our hearts are far apart, it means I've still got family out there. That thought should have made me happy. I should be excited about the prospect. I closed my eyes and tried to clear my head. Someday, I'll have to ask Yukito personally. If I ever got a chance, that was. I tried to convince myself, then headed back to the agency office to tackle my sub-manager work for the day.
おはようございます。
Hey! Otsu! Hydration? Okay.
Yukito showed up at the office with his usual cheer, and I glanced up from a pile of paperworks. Good morning, Yukito.
おはよう。何見てんの？
Documents about today's set. I was looking over the profile of the guest you'll be appearing with.
どれどれ？
Yukito swooped in next to my face and casually read over my shoulder. Feels like he's cozying up more than usual. Feeling the warmth rush to my cheeks, I became overly conscious of him.
どうかした？
Shush, you know exactly what's wrong. Well, you're quite close.
お、ごめん。よく聞こえなかった。
You idiot. You definitely heard me. I desperately tried to squirm away, but his face just kept coming closer and closer. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw him smirking in amusement. I said you're too close!
そんなこと言わずに仲良くしようよ。俺たち、そういう関係なんだし。
I knew he was referring to our plan to counter Kidari's advances, but still. Oh yeah, 2 minutes ago, she shouldn't get too close.
おっと。
I printed out a packet for you too, so you can go over it on your own time. I took a stack of papers off the desk and thrust it at Yukito, then went back to work. I couldn't let down my guard for even a second. I had to calm down. What?
なんかあった？
No, not really. My curt reply made him sigh.
てか俺は君と一緒にチェックしたいんだけどな。いろいろ優しく教えてほしいし。
No need. I've already marked the relevant sections so they're easy to understand. Feel free to ask me if you have any questions.
相変わらずのしよう。この間の可愛い君はどこに行っちゃったのかな？
Dead.
せっかく俺のこと意識してくれるようになったのかと思ったのにな。
What do you mean? I was shaken by his words, but I maintained a cool facade. That isn't gonna happen.
皆無とか言わないでよ。俺だって傷つく。
Itch. Yeah, paper's back.
相変わらず仲いいよね。
Yukito's manager sighed heavily and plopped down on the chair in front of me.
あ、バレちゃった？やっぱ特別な関係は隠せないか。ね。
I stop phrasing things so people get the wrong idea.
そんなに照れなくても。
More importantly, are you still getting acting offers? I changed the subject and the manager gave me a tired smile. The dark circles around his eyes made him look like a panda.
まあね。というか、一難去ってまた一難ってところかな。
Oh boy. A new fire?
実は今来てるオファーはほとんど断ることが決定しててね。
You did?
そう。牧野監督作品のオーディション、あれを使わせてもらうことにした。
Yeah, that'll work for a while. Oh!
あのオーディションの結果がわからないうちは俳優の仕事は受けられない。
Good idea.
俳優デビューするとしたらあの作品からと決めていますのでって。これなら相手を否定することもないから。
Yep. Fair point.
ただそのオーディションの話もね。
What was that death rattle, sir? The manager sank limply into his chair as if something were physically crushing him. He's been sighing like that more and more every day. I hope he's okay.
ねえ、上田さん。
Yes?
浅木先生から何か聞いてない？ゆきとくんの映画出演についてとか、今のキャスティングがどうなってるとか。ちょっとした情報でもいいから。
I frantically waved away the manager's imploring looks. I'm the lowest rung on the ladder, you know.
そうだよね。ごめん。どうなるのかな、キャスティング。もし選ばれたら。
If there's anything I'm allowed to pass along, I'll let you know right away.
よろしく。
Relief watched over me at having dodged the bullet. Yukito has silently been watching me parry the manager's questions. I narrowed my eyes at him and lowered my voice. Hey, don't just watch, back me up here.
Huh? Oh.
Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah. When I shot a sidelong glare at Yukito, his manager sighed again and wearily rose from his seat. To be fair to him, there's usually another person at the same level of him as him doing work for Sena as well. Sena has 2 managers. The other manager just happens to be ill. And that's why it's us. That's why it's us. Because his other manager is ill. Ugh.
まあ、こっちのことは任せて。そろそろ出発の時間だよね。
Oh, yes, we should head out.
じゃ、行きますか。マネ君顔真っ青だしさ。俺らが行ったらちょっと寝たら。
Take a nap after we leave.
まあ、時間があればね。まあ、僕のことはいいから、今は目の前の仕事のことだけ考えて。
Yep, focus on our work. Yes, sir.
じゃあ行ってきます。
行ってきまーす。
行ってらっしゃい。
The exhausted manager saw us off as we left for the work venue. Nope, wrong button. This one. While I reread the documents, I glanced at Yukito to gauge how he was doing. He was teasing me less than he usually did. Maybe it was because I'd returned to my old attitude. Good, as long as he stays this way. I sighed in relief and looked up. We're shooting at an amusement park today, right? Won't the crowds make the shoot more difficult?
ああ、それは平気。一角を貸し切ってやるからね。けど、ギャラリーは多そうだよね。
Yukito laughed and looked out the window. With a faint smile, he watched the scenery pass by. Hi, Shizuko! Hi! Hoi hoi! We're continuing Sena's route. We're actually on episode 6 of 7. So we're pretty far in his route, actually. We just, we ran into him doing, sexy photo shoots. No, they're all the same length. Kazuma's just took way longer than I ever expected. And there was also the common route. We did all of the common route through Kazuma, too. But yeah, we walked in on Sena doing a sexy shoot. Or, well, we were dragged to watch. And we realized, oh shoot, I think I'm sexually attracted to this man. And then we started freaking out about it. And then Cosmo was like, also, remember, he might be your brother. And now our character is having all sorts of crises. Yeah. I'd seen his smile and profile so many times today. Everything's the same, and yet something was different. Yeah.
実は今来てるオファーはほとんど断ることが決定しててね。
Is it because of that conversation, or am I reading too much into it? I pondered my words for a moment. Hey, Yukito? It's too bad about the acting offers. You got so many, too. I timidly broached the subject, and his smile widened even as he stared out the window.
事務所的にはしょうがないよね。ずっとチャラ男モデルで売ってきたわけだし、俺って一応稼ぎ頭だしね。
That may be true, but that doesn't mean they can do this to you. My hands curled into fists on my lap, indignation flared in my chest. I understand the business logic behind it, but what about how you feel? Don't you want to be an actor, Yukito? Yukito stared wide-eyed at my sudden outburst.
Come on, ne.
This isn't a joke, I'm being serious.
わかってるよ。ね
え。Yes?
俺たちの仕事はね、求める声があれば仕事は来るし、そうじゃなければ仕事は来ない。そういうシンプルな世界なの。
I understand that.
だから俺には教育番組からも政治ニュースからもお呼びはかからない。
No skip.
そこに必要とされてないから。
Yeah. Sure, that might be true for those specific types of shows, but what about movies and dramas? I'm sure Yukito's acting would be in high demand. I know that better than almost anyone. I was certain that anybody who saw him act would feel the same. I frowned and bit my lip. Cause we're in the car and I don't know. Yukito went back to staring off into the distance with that small smile of his. Yes.
なるほどね。オッケーオッケー。よーくわかった。超絶イケメンの俺を大画面でじっくり鑑賞したいって君の気持ち、嬉しいな。
Hey, when did I say that?
隠さなくていいって。
I'm not hiding anything.
でもね、そこまで言ってくれるなら。
Yeah, we're in a car FaceTiming him.
君に問題を出そうかな。
Uh-huh. Okay. I cocked a brow in confusion while Yukito pressed
で
on.
は問題です。今目の前には俺のイメージとか事務所の方針とか大人の事情が山盛りです。
Mm-hmm.
ですが、実はこの大人の事情を吹き飛ばすある魔法があります。
Huh?
それは何でしょう?
I do not know what you're talking about. Yukito watched me with interest. As ever, I had no idea what was going on in his head. Yeah. Yeah. Solving hard, I ventured, become more popular. If in the future, many more people want to see you act, if you become so popular that the people in charge can't ignore it, then there will be huge demand for your acting talents and your agency will have to support you. Yukito grinned broadly at my answer. No, it's specifically cut for only the bottom of the wiener. we also only get 2/3 of the wiener. yeah, box cuts off at the torso. This man is wienerless.
大正解。まあ口で言うほど簡単じゃないけど。でもそれが人気商売の一番真っ当な方法だよ。
The assassins that Phantom paid for got the wrong man. They took the wrong man's dick. Yeah, new bottom surgery unlocked budget cuts. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This direct path. It's a shortcut. My bug bites itch. My bug bites itch. Itchy, itchy. The one on my elbow itches the most right now because it's a bitch ass place. Because I rest my elbow on things and then it rubs the bug bite. And the bug bite goes, oh, by the way, I'm itchy. No, these are the same old bug bites. I just only covered up 2 of them when I went to go get band-aids earlier today. Instead of all 3, or all 4, I only covered up 2 of them and I'm beginning to think... Well, because A, putting a band-aid on your elbow just fucking sucks no matter how you do it. But... Shortcut, huh?
まあ、でも今はまだ君にしか求められてないかもだけどね。
It hurts. It itches. Oh, come on. If only you weren't this cocky. I shot him a meaningful glare, but it had no effect. Oh, seriously? Oh, I'll have to double check and see if I have them. I have a gajillion different types of band-aids because I get injured so fucking easily.
違うなんて言わないよね。
No, I'm not. So in exchange, please don't let me down.
オッケー。任しといて。ってことで、ねえ、サブマネちゃん。
Uh-huh. Huh? What? He peered into my face and I shrank away. He paid it no mind as he drew even closer. Hey, what are you doing?
大丈夫だって。ちょっと耳を借りるだけだから。
Huh? As he said that, he cupped his hands around my ear, his lips closed in, and then...
ね?
Huh? Me?
お願い。
I looked at him curiously, and Yukito smiled. Reluctantly, as if drawn in by his charming smile, I nodded along with his favor. I guess when the ad starts, I'll go take a look. Today's photo shoot was for a special issue of a women's magazine. The subject was straight up an amusement park date. I've never seen this many models in a single photo shoot. There are people of all genders. Among them, Yukito had the spotlight. Cameras followed him wherever he went. And cameras were the only thing lavishing him with attention. Uh...
ありがとう。今日も応援よろしくね。
He topped it off with a wink. Ow, my ears. Oh, that is absolute peak prince to prince communication. I had my eyes closed. I wasn't even looking at the thing on the screen. The other staff members and I struggled to hold back the throngs of screeching, eye-wateringly loud fans. We're sorry, but can't allow anyone past this point. It would disrupt the photo shoot. It's no use. They'll run me over as soon as I let my guard down. Just as the tide of the battle was turning against us.
みんな元気でいい感じじゃん。元気な子たちっていいよね。
Rude. Oh, ow! Damn it, that fired them up even more. I wish he'd stop pouring fuel on the fire. I glared at Yukito so hard I hoped it would curse him, but he ignored me. He was too busy flashing his brilliant top model smile to wave it to the crowd. Later on, I took a short break before it was time to prep for the next shoot. I could finally catch my breath, or so I thought.
ねえねえ、さっきの小物で使ったホットハニーオレンジのジュース、すっごい
What?
美味しかったよね。
Hot honeyed orange juice. No, I think you need to have your taste buds checked.
あ、さっきのあれ確かに盛り付けとか凝ってたかな。
あれ、ここの売店で数量限定で売ってるらしいよ。そうだ、ゆきと撮影終わったら一緒行こうよ。ああ、私もゆきと遊園地デートしたい。ね、ゆきと行こうよ。
どうしよっかな。俺の遊園地デート、ぶっちゃけ絶叫
A whole lot of screaming. What do you mean by that?
かな。
何それ。
Huh? I ignored their chit-chat and swiped through the photos I'd taken on my phone. Good, they look like they could have been taken on his off time. Why was I doing this anyway? He said it was part of my job as a manager, but is that really true? As I looked at his smile on the photo screen, I thought back to his words in the taxi.
俺の写真、君が撮って。
Huh?
ね。
Huh? Me?
お願い。
Oh, okay.
俺、前から事務所の OK もらって、
Oh.
インスタでオフショーあげてんだけどさ、知ってる？
Minstagram, yeah. Oh, I did. Back at camp, we reviewed the candidate's social media. I also checked your account since becoming your sub-manager. There are a lot of pictures of things you like, coffee, accessories, so on.
そう。自分の興味のあるものを自分で撮ってアップして、今はおかげさまでフォロワー70万人。
Alright. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pop over here. I'm gonna go check my band-aids, and I'll be right back. I'll go see if I have those H-shaped band-aids. We'll see. I know I have circles. I don't think they'll fit this mosaic. Alright. Well, I checked. I don't have any of those mystical magical H-shaped band-aids. Oh, just as the ad stopped. I have the giant band-aids, like the ones that are to go up like your knee or something. But I don't have, I may use one of those on my elbow, we'll see. We'll see. Alright, we gotta come back here. Alright, your turn. 700,000? I'm not too familiar with social media, and I don't pay attention to the numbers, but wow, that's a lot of people.
で、ここからが俺のちょっとした思いつきなんだけど、君に撮ってもらった俺をアップしたらどうかなって。
I may just use a regular band-aid, because it's not like on my elbow, but it's really close to it. Okay. That was the favor he asked of me. Yeah. I'm taking them. I don't know if they're any good. Am I taking them in a way that will go viral with young people? Do I have any settings that would enhance them? Yeah. I frowned as I tapped away.
サブマネちゃん、どう？いい感じに撮れた？
Well, I'm not really sure to be honest. Are these photos something your fans would like?
まあまあ、そこはサブマネちゃんの腕の見せ所っしょ？ いい感じの映え、期待してるよ。
I don't understand.
ほんと、マジで可愛い顔するな。
God, I've given up on TikTok. I understand its algorithm less than I understand YouTube's. Apparently, TikTok likes suppressing VTubers if you use like the VTuber hashtag or something, and I just given up. Uh-huh.
とっておきの一枚あげるね。
I turned my phone camera on Yukito's, giving me a full smile. What's so special about it?
いいから、ブレちゃダメだよ。これはマジで一回きり。
Okay.
特別な一枚なんだから。
What are you doing? You're a little too close.
だって近づいてるんだから。だからね、少し口閉じてシャッターチャンス逃さないでね。
Okay. But wait, what? Crap, I pressed the wrong button. Still, I couldn't let this chance escape. I had my phone in my chest and hurriedly backed away. What do you think you're doing?
だから。
Huh?
とっておきの一枚。
I don't understand.
どう？いい感じに撮れた？
Huh? I don't know. Stay away from me. I don't know. Stay away from me.
ああ、せっかく力入れたのにな。あれ？なんか顔赤くない？もしかしてドキドキしちゃった？
No.
隠さなくていいのに。
Can't believe this guy. I fired off another sharp glare. The fangirls are back.
急に行っちゃってどうしたの？てか、その子誰？モデルじゃないよね。
この子は俺の大事な大事なサブマネちゃん。楽しい計画に協力してもらってんだ。
何それ？
それは今夜のお楽しみ。今日俺のミニスタ絶対バズるから後でチェックしといて。
The two models donned bemused looks, and Yukito seemed to be especially enjoying himself. He's such a handful. I didn't understand a single thing going through his head. Attempting to ignore my burning cheeks, I looked away sullenly. The rest of the photo shoot went smoothly. It was the last job of the day, and I returned home dead tired. Oh, sweet home. So tired. Oh. I belly flopped face first onto the bed. I should change and take a shower. Haven't eaten either. My heavy lids were just about to close. Kazuma texted me? Dude, I just saw Yukito's Minsta. Was that really your idea? Hot damn. My idea? I had no- hot damn! I had no idea what I was talking about. I don't even have Instagram. I opened an Instagram app on my phone. I was baffled by what I saw. What on earth? I love this. Miss Manager's new project. Hashtag 100 faces of Yukito. Hashtag about to kiss vibe. Hashtag love scenes no prob. Hashtag killer looks. Hashtag BTW. Miss Manager was so flustered. Hashtag bad boy. It was the picture I snapped when he'd aggressively closed in on me. The hashtags made it so much worse. Miss Manager's project 100 faces of Yukito. About to kiss vibe. Yeah. Bad boy. I didn't come up with any of these. It was never my idea to begin with. Did he listen to a word I said? The only accurate one is the bad boy part. I don't know. What 100 faces? What about to kiss vibe? He said I blushed, but that's only because he came at me so fast. Who wouldn't be flustered? Surely anyone would have. Wow, though. This is what Yukito's kissing face looks like. No, what, huh? No. I couldn't stare like that. He wouldn't stare like that. I'm sure this is just another one of his pranks on me. After all the trouble I went through to help. I'll never, ever, I would never do another favor for him again. I'm confused. What? Huh? Or so I thought. Or so I thought! Wow, we folded fast! Yukito's idea didn't end there.
ねえねえ、またユキトミニスタ更新したよね。あ、サブマネ発案企画でしょ。ほんといい仕事してくれるよね。マジ感謝。
Bless her. Indeed, the sub-manager project Yukito has started on his own continued day after day. About to piss me! No! By this point, it had clearly gone viral.
ねえ、どのユキトが一番いい？私、やっぱ最初のキス顔。
Yeah, we almost lasted a whole text box.
しょっぱなだったし、衝撃が違うっていうかさ。
Wow.
昨日更新されたばっかのシリアルキラ
ー。Oh god, my serious side, lots of fake blood, dangerous guy charm, cry for me. Wow.
ユキトのあんな悪い顔初めて見た。もうめっちゃ新鮮。見た瞬間超ドキッとした。ああ、それもわかるわ。
Oh, that one. It was tough to get a hold of that prop and make the ketchup look like congealed blood. Ketchup. I'll admit Yukito has an eye for detail. Oh.
あれもよくない？ほら、あの拗ねてる表情のやつ。もう超。
yeah. The AO3 tag for him is about to fucking explode. Miss Manager's new project, 100 faces of Yukito, acting cute vibe, pouty mode vibe, my boyish side, your meow, slightly flirty. Let's just say the X-reader tag on Tumblr is about to go insane.
でもあれはちょっとあざとすぎじゃない？ユキトのキャラじゃないし。そこがいいんじゃん。こんな顔もしちゃうの？みたいな。
Oh, you mean the Gapmo?
あ、言われてみればそうかも。
Yeah, meow.
でしょ?
He's pretty excited about that one. Kept making pouty little noises too. I sorted because it's so obviously first.
でもさ、やっぱぶっちぎりでやばかったのってあれじゃない？
Huh?
あれでしょ？
Huh?
泣き顔。
Yeah, Miss Manager's new project, 100 faces of Yukito, watch vid. Who is big bro? Teared up thinking of you. Sorry, JK, crying on cue, legit did my best.
それ。
Amazing. Oh no. Wow, they really went all out for the animation. I'm sorry, did he say Nissan? He did.
いいよね。あの切ない感じ。たまんないわ。それこそユキトのあんな顔見たことないもんね。私なんか新しい扉が開いちゃう気がするの。泣いた顔が見たい的な。
We've sparked a sadist trend.
わかる。いい男の涙っていいよね。
Oh, amazing. He said he could cry on demand, but we ended up having to use eye drops. He might have been pretty frustrated by that. Yeah. Plus that big brother. After recording that, we both burst out laughing about who this big brother was. It's literally just Yukito. It was so funny, we laughed until our stomachs hurt. So we've been having fun with him. What a fun memory.
けどさ、あの兄さんってなんだろう。どんな設定で言ったのかな。もしかして死んじゃったとか。
who'd
ああ、王道ならお兄さん役は絶対に西島陸。こないだも共演したいって言ってたし。
Uh-huh.
それいい、超見たい。いつ放送するの？
There we go. He's manipulating public
て
opinion.
かユキとこんな感じもできるんだしさ、全然俳優でもやってけそうじゃない？
There we go.
わかる。超見たい。
Oh, those two wanted to see Yukito act. People who believed in him were right in front of me, and it wasn't just them. There were many others. And yet, impatient at my own ability to change the situation, I stood up. There are people waiting for him to debut. Why can't he show them what he can do? Why? That thought looped in my mind as I left the boisterous dining hall. Yeah, they really did. Me and the boys for the next. Yeah. Me and the boys for the next VN. We're gonna go crazy, crazy. Excuse me. That's a pretty low bar. I mean, it depends what type of sport. I know a little bit. I know a little bit about soccer. I know a lot of the rules. I know some of the rules of soccer. I know some of the rules of baseball. I know some of the rules of hockey. I know some baseball. You ask me any person's name and I don't know, but I know some baseball. With my mentor's permission, I entered. Thank you for your lecture today. Yeah. Even though we've only met once a month since you started writing, I think it's really helping. Professor Asagi usually gave me his undivided attention, but his eyes were glued to his phone as he smiled. What's he looking at? I couldn't help but wonder.
君の方も頑張ってるみたいだね。大活躍みたいで私も嬉しいよ。
Huh? Oh, well, now you've left my realm of knowledge. I didn't even know there was a Padres. Huh?
ほら、これ。
South Dakota? He turned his phone towards me. That's Yukito's Minsta. Have you been following him, Professor? Why is our dad? Okay, so here's the thing. We're trying to find our dad. We don't know who our dad is. So that's part of the mystery of the game. We thought he could be not our father, but our brother. We thought our professor could be our brother until he was like, no.
もちろん。教え子が発案した企画が話題になっていると聞けばね。
What? That's wild. That's not it at all. Yukito just started posting all that on his own. And...
いやいや。もしそうだとしても、
Oh, San
君がいなけれ
Diego.
ば、セナ君もこんな企画は思いつかなかっただろうからね。
It's true, Sena never would have thought it was.
これは立派な上田さんの功績だよ。
Aww. My mentor chuckled as I clutched my head in frustration. He looked up from his phone at last and folded his hands on top of his desk.
しかしね。
Yeah, very random choice for Gacha Collab. Yeah.
今回の一連の投稿で、彼を見る世間の目は随分と変わってきている。
Well, I mean, like,
それは君も感じているん
that's
じゃない
like
かな。
HoloLive collabing with the Dodgers and Niji Sanchi collabing with the NBA? What? Yeah. He's right.
今までにない彼の姿を見て、ファンだけじゃなく、世間全体の評価が大きく変化している。私
I nodded along with my mentor's firm conclusion. Yeah. I think so too. To be honest, Yukito called this project an impulsive idea at first, but every time we upload a photo, it sent ripples throughout the public. It wasn't just something he did on a whim anymore. I wonder if that was his goal all along.
そうだね。
Yeah.
それに彼の撮影した写真100変化は、今までのセナ君が見せたことのないシチュエーションや表情。
There was one VTuber who did a collab, I think, with a very small, like, minor league. But it was like an indie VTuber. It was an indie VTuber do a collab with a minor league team, I think I saw. It was interesting. I don't remember what team it was.
そういったものをあえて私たち世間の目に触れさせている気がする。
There's more buzz on social media lately with people saying they'd like to see him act or that he should become an actor. Yukito himself dropped a hint about it. Yeah.
俺たちの仕事はね、求める声があれば仕事は来るし、そうじゃなければ仕事は来ない。そういうシンプルな世界なの。
He told me that there was a magic spell that could carry him through. If this was part of his plan to cast that spell.
彼自身、本気で俳優路線に進みたいと思っているということだろうね。ちなみに、言える範囲で構わないのだけれど、彼の事務所はどう思っているのかな。
Oh, right. Honestly, it seems like they don't want him to pursue acting, although they haven't said anything about the Minsta post yet.
なるほど。実際、今回の企画での世間からの反応、それに西島くんが瀬名くんに興味があるという話を受けて、映画のスポンサーたちの間でも多少風向きは変わってきている。
I mean, I guess, yeah. Oh, you mean?
いや、それでもまだ完全に意見が変わったわけではない。
Oh, alright.
何か決め手になるようなものがあればいいんだろうけど。
He gets stomach aches often. A trump card. I brought a hand to my chin in contemplation, but Professor Asagi chuckled.
まだキャスティングの最終決定までには時間があるから
Cheap hot dogs come at a cost.
もう少し様子を見ましょう。
I don't know. Costco hot dogs don't really give you a stomach ache, I don't think. Okay.
けれど、だからこそ。
God, that makes me want to
くれぐれも
fucking
スキャンダルには気をつけて。
makes me want a wild berry
今が一番
parfait
重要な時期と言っても過言じゃない。
or a wild berry smoothie. I would get wild berry smoothie from Costco when I was little, younger Prince, and my family shopped at Costco. We would do our treat would be sometimes we would get either wild berry smoothie or wild berry parfait. It was very yummy. Critical delicate period. Yes, I understand. I'll make sure nothing gets in the way.
よろしくね。
Well,
上田さん自身もね。
they're $1.50. Costco hot dogs from their food court are $1.50. Yeah, okay, but here's the thing. So it's $65 for a hot dog. And each hot dog is $1.50. So basically you're paying for 43 hot dogs. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so basically one membership is 43 hot dogs. So just buy 43 hot dogs and you'll, you know, make it worth it. Pursuits. I froze and my mentor grinned.
なんてね、冗談だよ。
Oh, right. 43 hot dog. No, okay. You know what I had for dinner? I had 2 little salmon fillets, and rice, steamed rice. Yeah. Yeah, but they also have like gas membership. Yeah, they have like discounts on gas too. But yeah. So I had 2 salmon fillets and rice. It was a fuck ton of food. It was a fuck ton of food. 43 waiters. No. I mean, you know what you can do though, is you could submit 43 wieners to the Smash Your Pass stream. I mean, don't actually submit 43 penises to that, because I will find you and I will hurt you. Yeah, it's up. I posted it today. It's in special events. Look, I will travel. Business expense. Prince travels to Mexico to smack Phantom. I'm already gonna try and find a small inflatable hammer to bop Zetetica pudding with. Dear Lord. That would be terrifying. Honestly, that would be more body horror than anything. I got you a bouquet of 43 wieners. We're looking for a serial wiener snatcher. You just see it. Serial wiener snatcher case. All over the news. I offered a shaky, awkward laugh, but it felt as though he'd seen right through me. Here's your cafe latte, Yukito. Yukito brought the coffee to his lips as he reviewed the script for a variety show he was about to record. His expression wasn't that of a flippant model, but rather a man focused on his work. I found myself snapping a photo, and Yukito looked at me with a smile. Blessings. This is my job, isn't it? Okay, so see, here's the thing. If I were into titties, then you could do a boob K and 43 boobs. Yeah. It's hard. I sighed at his nonchalant tone and opened the Instagram app. See, they do that. I mean, they do that. They've got the, like, edible arrangements. Yeah. Wow, coquette. No, I hate that. Wow, yesterday's post still blowing up. The hype hasn't faded at all.
So?
Oh. Yeah, really. I side-eyed Yukito, who was nursing his cafe latte, seemingly without a care. You already knew that. Speaking of which, the agency still hasn't brought the hammer down on us, huh? Oh, excuse me. People are even calling for you to start acting. Yukito gave a light chuckle and came over to me. But I thought your agency was against you becoming an actor. Isn't that exactly what you want? He's trying to deflect with a big smile. His own magic spell. I wouldn't know what'll happen until I try. I tried and I became popular. I felt like he chooses his words so carefully. Yukito makes you think that way, though. You're amazing.
なになに君のデレとか貴重ねえ、もっと褒めて。俺褒められて伸びるタイプなんだよね。
You know, people would praise you more often if you didn't act that way.
お、やっぱツンも捨てがたいな。けどこれが俺のスタイルだしな。
ツンツン。Yeah. Why is he like this? Yukito watched me sigh, looking amused. Then he averted his gaze.
何もしないで待つっていうのは性に合わないしね。
Oh. Wait and see. It felt like he was talking about me. I know he isn't, but the thought weighed on my mind.
セナさん、スタジオ入りお願いします。
お願いします。
はーい。
Yeah.
じゃ、行ってくるね。
Okay, break a leg. Yeah, he at least has an existing fan base. Yukito waved at me and left the room. I kept hearing his aside in my mind as I watched him go. Finished reading up on the next menu, and today's recording should be just about done. I checked the time. Yukito would probably be back within half an hour. I don't think he'll have time to eat on the go, so I should grab him something light he could snack on. Yeah. I nodded to myself, took my wallet, and headed to the store. Uh-oh. On my way back, I looked at the bag of goods I'd bought and found an annoyance. The shop was super unorganized. There weren't any vegetables and the shelves were filled with snacks and candy. If I bought in homemade boxed lunches, would he eat them? Wait, no, that's going to be too far. I might even be opposing. I mulled over food options as I walked.
あれ？ユキトのサブマネちゃん？
I turned around to see who had called out to me, a tall, long-legged beauty with short hair. dear lord. Recognizing the model, I dipped my head in greeting. Thank you for working with us at the amusement park photo shoot.
こちらこそありがとね。あ、そういえば見たよ。ユキとのミニスタ。最初驚いたけど、あの企画超いいじゃん。
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm sure he would be happy to hear.
あ、やっと見つけた。ねえ、セナさんの楽屋ってどこ？
I'm not telling you. Huh? Ah! I let out a yelp, then clapped my hand around my mouth. What's Kidati doing here? He's still recording anyway.
あれ？グラドルのキラリじゃん。
What the? The model's derisive tone startled me, and my eyes flicked over to her. Yeah, she's a gravure model, so she's, in their eyes, no better than a dirty whore. She didn't notice and continued on.
ユキと狙いってマジだったんだ。
Yeah, me too. I mean, technically, Kidati is that.
あれ？いたんですね。おはようございます。
Oh boy.
シュラシュラシュラ。
Whoa, what's with this tension?
てかキラリ、男あさりすんなら別の場所の方がいいんじゃないの？ここじゃ服脱げないっしょ。
Yeah, as I thought. She's a gravure model. She does a lot of naked shoots. Blood rushed to my head at her cruel joke. Oh, that's hardly appropriate.
へえ、やだな。私が脱ぐのはプロカメラマンの前か本命の彼の前だけですよ。私安くないんで。
Impressive comeback. I felt like I'd get burned if I dared touch upon their exchange. Sweating inwardly, I watched things play out.
まあいいわ。私仕事あるからもう行く。じゃあね、サブマネちゃん。
Yeah. See ya. Once the model disappeared into the distance, I sighed heavily. That was terrifying. But I wasn't out of the woods yet.
何よ。自分だってセナさん狙いのくせに偉そうにしちゃって。
Oh, at least she doesn't stalk him. Kidati pulled an expression that was 100 times more obnoxious than the other models.
あの人マジでプロなの？プライド持ってやってたら嫌いな相手にあんなブスな顔見せないと思うけど。
Huh.
だからキラリは嫌いな相手ほど可愛くニコニコしてあげるの。んで、心底悔しいって思わせてやる。
Kidati let out a smug huff. Kidati, you're amazing. She was so strong.
そんなの当たり前でしょ。キラリ、グラビアに超プライドあるから。あんなこと言われても全然気にならない。
Okay, is that so?
別に今すぐ脱げって言われても全然 OK。普段から完璧にメンテしてるし。
What?
ポーズも目線も全部計算して、ここにいる男全員煽る自信だって当然ある。
Huh?
それにね、グラドルの最低条件は男受けのいいとびっきり可愛い女の子。
Uh-huh. Oh, what's a gravure? So it would technically, I think it kind of sort of in like the States would fall under, yeah, softcore porn. So, yeah.
だからさっきのあの人みたいに細くて身長の高いいかにもなモデルには絶対に務まらないの。グラビアになれば絶対にキラリの勝ち。
It can be both. Also, a lot of it's in like lingerie, bikinis, swimwear. But I think you could also do like naked. But I mean, like it's naked, but you know, like they've got a hand over the boobs and stuff. It's naked, but not naked. Yeah, basically. As I listened to Kidati's declaration, my breath caught in my throat. You're incredible. I uttered this compliment, but I meant it differently this time. Kidati blushed a little. Yeah, risque. Uh-huh. Really? I looked on puzzled while Kidati pondered something. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get axe murdered. Sure. I was surprised by the sudden request. I nodded, sucked in by her resolute words and her mention of Yukito.
さっきのことだけど。
Uh-huh. Yes.
グラドルって何かと下に見られるの。
Yeah, they're
モデルさん
homophobic.
とか女優さんに 男に媚び売る商売は楽でいいわね。
Look,
よく言われるし。
Look, I hate you. But it's not because you're doing sex work. I don't care about that. I hate you because you're annoying. Let's be honest. I hate you because you're annoying. How could they?
でもね、セナさんも実は同じようなことをよく言われてるの。
Yeah, he also does group viewer. People say that about Yukito? Hirari nodded.
セナさんはモデルだけどね。でも、どっちかといえばタレント活動を始めて、それで人気が出たタイプだから。それに、チャラ男で売ってるから、ガチのファッションモデルに女に媚び売ればいいから楽だよな。ねえ、なんかキラリみたいでしょ？
Exactly. Whorephobia. Kirari gave a wan smile, but I couldn't do the same. He worked so hard, how can anybody say that? Noticing that my hands were balled in fists, Kirari continued.
でもね、ある日、セナさんが話してくれたの。キラリがまだデビューしたての頃。さっきみたいに悪口言われて、ワンワン泣いてた時に、懐かしいって笑いながら。
キラリはさ、グラドル、いやいややってんの？
Are you doing a good job?
違う！もう、キラリは可愛いし、グラビアで何が求められるのかも分かってるし、ルックスもスタイルもこの仕事に合ってるから、キラリが一番輝けるのはグラドルだって、そう思ってやってる。
それ俺も同じ。初めは軽いノリだったけどさ、今はこの仕事結構好きなんだよね。それにそこら辺のモデルより俺の方がずっと才能あるなってそう思ってるし。
そう、キラリもそう思ってやってる。
なら堂々と胸張ってなって。誰になんて言われようがグラビアになれば自分が上。そう思ってりゃあんなの軽く流せるようになるよ、きっとさ。
True.
あの日からあの言葉はずっとキラリの宝物なの。
Yeah, he was really nice to you.
あの言葉をもらえたから今も胸を張ってプライドを持ってお仕事ができる。だからキラリはセナさんが大好き。
Okay, but like, do you know anything else about him? Or you just like that he was nice to you? There was nothing I could say in the face of Kirari's forthright gaze. So far, I'd seen many women approach Yukito. Obviously, they all had feelings for him. But Kirari's different. Her feelings were real in a way that was hard to describe. It seems like puppy love, though. While her feelings burrowed into my chest, Kirari turned her eyes to me. They were utterly serious and straightforward. And then...
あなたも好きなんでしょ？セナ。
Oh, I couldn't escape those eyes. I closed my eyes for a moment and then I said, I do love him. I do love him. He's like, yay! In the corner. The words slipped out of my mouth. I gasped when I realized what I said. What did I say that? Why did I say... I loved him? Puppy love. Was it just a defense mechanism so that Kirari wouldn't suspect me? So she wouldn't figure out the ruse? Or... I bit my lip in shock and Kirari lowered her voice to whisper.
知ってる。ちゃんと知ってる。前はそうは思えなかったけど。でも、今恋してる目。してるもん。
What? My mind blinked at the sudden verbal strike. I'm in love? We'd just been trying to convince Kirari not too long ago. Back then, she'd said her eyes aren't the eyes of a woman in love. She was correct. That was the unmistakable truth. But now... They are? No, it couldn't be. I've never been in love, so why? Why?
あのね。
Huh? Before I was thrown overboard into emotional turmoil, Kirari's voice brought me back to reality. Her eyes were still fixed on me in a look of determination.
今日、この話をしたのは、ちゃんと分かってもらいたかったから。キラリは、他の遊び半分の人たちとは違うんだって、分かってほしかった。
Yeah.
心の底から本気なんだって。
Kirari.
だからセナさんが今はあなたを選んでたとしても関係ない。
Excuse me.
そんな理由じゃ諦められない。キラリがしてるのはそんなに簡単な恋じゃないから。
Okay, but I'm sorry. It doesn't matter that Sena picked you for now. That's not enough to make me give up. You should! You should respect him enough to respect his choices. Jeez.
だからキラリも本気で戦う。
Okay, but that's just selfish. Her expression and her words stunned me into silence. She really is incredibly stupid. Incredibly stupid. I stared at the floor, painfully aware Kidai jumped to her feet.
それじゃキラリ仕事の時間だからもう行くね。
Mm-hmm.
本当はセナさんに会いたかったけど。
Uh-huh.
じゃまた。
I couldn't even say goodbye. Kidari's feelings for Yukito. Yeah, the unfamiliar emotions I had towards him. Both sides swirled around and around in my head. I just stood there with no ideas what to do about them. I know this episode is going to go for a while longer because we still have a whole pretend time to do. That next day, birds chirped loudly outside my window as a ray of sunlight filtered through the curtains. And also, like, the bad thing has to happen. Because, like, Kazuma's Roots, chapters 6 and 7 were the longest ones. Yeah, I guess like geeky girl boss. I slowly got out of bed, my thoughts hazy. I didn't get a wink of sleep. My mind was in disarray, sloshing around the words Kidari said to me yesterday. My head feels like it's about to explode. I closed my eyes, feeling a headache coming on. Then someone else's words surfaced in my soupy mind, chasing the turmoil away. Huh? Kazuma. Oh, fuck! Remember! He could be your brother. Don't. Oh, God, he's right, yeah. Back then, I told Kazuma that I understood that if I found out that Yukito was my brother, it should make me happy. I told myself over and over again, I shouldn't feel this way towards someone who might be my brother. It was the only thing that kept me acting normal around him, but... yeah, but from Kidari's point of view, I appeared to be in love. No, it's not true. It was like a broken record by now. Why did it hurt so much every time I denied it?
何もしないで待つっていうのは性に合わないしね。
To not do nothing. Perhaps that would work for me. Instead of stewing over my feelings, what if I figured out what they really meant? Honestly, the thought terrifies me. Still, I knew that today was Yukito's first day off in months. If I say I want to come talk to him, he might make time for me. He was looking forward to relaxing so much yesterday, though. The thought of taking up his personal time with my own business gave me pause. Just as I was considering that, my phone rang. A phone call from the manager. What happened, I wonder? Hello, this is Ueda. Yes, I'm fine. Huh? Okay, understood. I'll be right over. I ended the call, then made myself presentable, left my apartment. Should be around here according to the map. I walked through a quiet neighborhood, staring at the map app on my phone. When I got to the approximate location, I looked up. It was a gleaming high-rise apartment building. The address and the name of the complex match up. He really is a celebrity. I gawked for a moment, speechless, then I opened Ring. He told me to call once I made it to the entrance. I opened up Yukito's contact info. Feeling super nervous about the high-rise and the man I was about to see, I tapped the call button.
Hi, もしもし
Oh, it's Ueda. I'm at the entrance now.
Okay. 受付には話してあるから、そのまま部屋まで来てくれる?
Alright. I'm going into these apartments. Specifically, Yukito's apartment. I promised myself that I'd head home if I felt like I was gonna panic. Then I stepped through the automatic doors.
ようこそ俺んちへ。どうぞ、上がって上がって。いいから、ほら早く。
Before I could respond, Yukito disappeared into the living room and I intruded upon his home as requested. I don't have a choice. Our business still isn't finished. More importantly, I'm exhausted. My body was about to give up on me. But when my shoulders sagged, Yukito shot me a quizzical look.
あれ? どうかした? 顔妙な色してるけど。
Nothing's wrong. I'm just nervous because I've never been in an apartment that looks like a luxury hotel. It's definitely an apartment, right? Not a hotel, but it has a reception desk. A fancy concierge, straight out of a Hollywood film.
さすが期待の斜め上を行くね。
Please stop teasing me. I seriously sprinted all the way here.
ごめんね。ありがとう。けどほら、やっぱ俺顔出す仕事だからさ、セキュリティ甘いと怖いんだよね。
I get it. I still hadn't recovered from yesterday. Yukito smiled and changed the subject. Yeah. I also usually don't look, like they're made out of concrete.
それよりさ、今日はマジでごめんね。君もせっかくのオフだったのに。用事とか大丈夫だった？
Yeah, if those are all the clothes he owns, I'm terrified. Time off. I couldn't tell him that I've been thinking about coming to see him. I'll be fine. I don't have classes today either. I brought what you asked for, by the way. Here. I handed 2 large paper bags I've been carrying over to Yukito.
ありがとう。マジで助かった。やっぱマネ君も最近忙しいからさ。そりゃ忘れちゃうこともあるよね。
Yukito took the bags and cheerfully checked their contents. Just as he said, this was the important task I'd been given today. Yukito had asked his manager to send over some documents, but the man was so overloaded that he forgot to deliver them. He would be held up at work today, so he'd asked me to bring them in his stead, with plenty of apologies. Well, if our business is finished, I should get going.
ああ、ちょっと待ってって。
Yes. I stopped on my way to the door and saw that Yukito was grinning.
ね、せっかく来てくれたんだしさ。予定がないなら付き合ってくれない？これ。
Yukito pulled out a stack of DVDs from one of the bags. They were all by director Makino. I spotted an all too familiar title among them. Pretend to Love. Wait, how did you... As I pointed and mumbled in confusion, Yukito nodded.
ほら、合宿の時花井さんたちが見てたでしょ？結局、合宿には関係なかったけど。
Uh-huh.
でも西島さんのお父さんが主演とか、子役時代の西島さんとか気になるし。いい機会だから見てみよう。
Does he not know his own dad was in it? Does he, like, not know at all that his dad was in it? Because I'm starting to think he doesn't know at all that his dad was in it. Unable to breathe, I swallowed hard while he chattered away. There's no way he knows the significance of this, right? Right, of course he doesn't. I desperately tried to conceal my reaction, and my next words were timid. Are you studying all these Makino titles for the film project?
まあね。パッケージ化されてるのは自分で買えるけど、そうじゃないのとか古すぎるのは無理っしょ？だからマネ君に頼んだんだけど、ものすっごい嫌そうな顔してたな。なんかあった時のためって頼み倒したけど。ってわけだからさ、せっかくだし、今日は一緒に映画鑑賞でってことにしよう。君の感想も聞きたいし。
My impressions, my story. I could ask him about his father right now. I just need a chance.
そんな悩まなくっていいからさ、気軽に気軽に。ね。
With his usual flirty attitude, Yukito took my hands.
ほら、ソファーに座って。いやー、二人っきりで映画鑑賞とか、なんかおうちデートみたいでワクワク。
A stay-at-home date, just the two of us? My brain sputtered to life, and I... Stop it! Oh, I realized I'd slapped his hand away. Oh, I'm sorry, I just...
おいやー、そんな風にされちゃうとさすがの俺もちょい傷つくな。
Oh boy.
そんなに嫌だった？
No, I didn't mean it that way.
じゃあ、どういうこと？
Unsure what to say, I bit my lip and looked away. What should I say? How can I explain this? I can't think straight. It was no use. Right now I couldn't dredge up an answer. I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna go home. Instead, I opted to flee, but...
待った。
Before I could take a step, Yukito firmly seized my arm. Let me go.
ダメ。
Aha! I jolted and looked up into his eyes. His gaze seemed to be searching me, like he could see right through me rather than hurt.
やっぱり、なんかおかしいよね。
Huh?
君、俺になんか隠してることあるんじゃない？
Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm losing my composure. I'm not hiding anything. Yeah, we thought hitting was gonna be one of the dating activities. I thought smacking you was romantic.
君ってさ、前から思ってたけど、嘘つくのうまくないよね。いい加減、俺も限界だよ。正直に話してくれるまで話さないから。
Uh-oh. Oh. It's pretend time. Save the game. Pretend time. Oh, it's the sad music. Mission. Talk your way out of Yukito's interrogation.
ね
Uh-huh.
え、
Yes?
君には俺ってどう見えてる？周りのご機嫌とってヘラヘラして何も見てないように見える？
Huh? What? I don't think that at all.
だよね。君ならそう言ってくれると思ってた。
Yeah, sad pretend.
ならわかるでしょ？
Uh-oh. Ew, true.
そんなに鈍くないよ。
We are very aware that he's smarter than he lets on.
初めの頃はただのチャラ男モデルって思われてたみたいだけど、でも合宿で話して距離が縮まって、
Mm-hmm.
ま、それは男としてじゃなく人間としてって感じだったろうけど、
Mm-hmm.
でもこないだは違ったでしょ。こないだのヌードモデル。君、あの時から俺のことを
Shit!
男として意識し始めてたよ。絶対に。
Well, yeah.
ねえ、俺間違ってないよね。
I wanted to stare at my feet to look away, but I couldn't. What should I do? How do I answer this? I can see it. It's true. I can admit that you're attractive, but I don't mean it in the way you're thinking. So, I think you're very cool. I was just surprised to see a new side of you. At my vigorous answer, Yukito's lips slowly curled upwards.
へえ、俺かっこいいんだ。
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. But that's all it is, really. Really. I don't see you any other way.
それだけ。ね。まあ、それでもいいよ。
For now. I was crestfallen by Yukito's unsettling implication. Yeah, we can pretend we're horrorphobic. Would that make you not enjoy being around us?
君は俺のこと確実に意識してて、
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
それは絶対。けどね、なんでか急にそれが突然終わった。まるでスイッチ切ったみたいに。
Uh-huh.
少しずつじゃなくて急にだよ。なら、
Well,
これは何かあった。
Cosmo reminded
So
us that you could be our
long.
brother. You figured it all out.
ねえ、何があったのか教えてよ。なんで君は突然また少し前に戻っちゃったのか。
Because I broke eye contact, unable to bear his gaze. I absolutely cannot get this answer wrong. In my heart, I swore it. I'm your sub-manager. Because I'm your
だか
sub-manager.
ら
So I should keep a professional distance from you out of respect for your work environment. That's what I've been thinking.
なるほどね。確かにそれ真面目な君っぽいけど、
Uh-huh.
でも君がそばにいるのはキラリ対策でもあるわ
Well,
けでしょ。
I don't think whatever we're doing is gonna stop that because literally she was like, "Okay, I understand that you're dating. It doesn't matter to me. So like, I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything."
ならむしろ近いくらいの方が効果あると思うんだけど。
Oh, yawn, excuse me. Oof. He was right. Now that he'd broken down my argument, I couldn't meet his eyes.
わかった。
Huh?
遠回しに聞いても無駄っぽいし、はっきり聞くことにする。
Huh?
俺はね、
Yeah.
君の態度が急に変わったのは誰かに何か言われたせいだと思ってる。
The Phantom Thieves got me, Sena! The Phantom Thieves! Someone said something to me? Well... the words were like a knife through my chest. A chill ran down my spine. I'd be lying if I said no one told me anything, but...
その顔、やっぱなんかあったんでしょ。
Oh, what?
ダメだよ、嘘つかないで。さっきも言ったよね。俺鈍くないから。隠してるつもりでも全部わかってるから。だから、ね。誰に何を言われたの？
Yukito's stare turned sharp. He knows everything? I began to tremble, which didn't escape his notice. Swallowing hard, I steeled myself to answer. Did Cosmo speak to you? Could it be that...
Huh?
You heard something from Kazuma? I was afraid to hear the answer.
Kazuma-chan?
Oh no. Oh, you didn't then? Wait, what? Yukito tilted his head in apparent confusion.
なるほどね。Kazuma-chan か。
No, don't connect dots, honey.
Okay.
Oh, wait a second. There's nothing to get. Kazuma has nothing to do with this. I made desperate excuses, but Yukito only smiled.
大丈夫。もう分かったから。
Understand what? Am I in the clear? Huh?
なんか俺、ちょっと勘違いしてたっぽい。君の態度が急に変わったのは、俺をよく思ってないやつだから、キラリあたりに脅されてるのかと思った。
Okay, but that's really sweet. That's not it at all.
うん、それは今のでよく分かった。ならさ、教えてくれるよね。カズマちゃんに、なんて言われたのか。さっきはっきり言ったのは君だよ。今さら逃げられるなんて思ってない。
He told me you might be my brother! I hated myself for losing my cool letting that slip. After chewing on my lip with regret, I said, he warned me about scandals. He gave me a warning.
注意?
Yes, he told me not to let any scandals happen with you because the media will target me. If someone snaps a photo of us together, I'd be afraid to go to school and I might have to give up on my dreams. That's why I've been keeping my distance. Yeah, that should do it. A logical excuse.
さすが。
よ
くできた設定だね。
Shit! No, I didn't make it up!
じゃあなんで今さらカズマちゃんはそんな釘刺したのかな？
Huh?
だってそんなの今さらでしょ？なんなら
He just reminded
合
me.
宿中の方がずっと目に見えた距離が縮まってたし。
Somehow we're like, I can't tell him the brother thing. Somehow we're like, absolutely I can't, because what if he is my brother? We're like, we're just plugging our ears and going... We're just plugging our ears and going, la 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 la, I can't hear you, la 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 la. うるさいよ
カズマちゃんがそういう注意をして君が距離を取ろうとするならきっと今じゃないよね。
Yeah. He's right. I didn't have a good response to that and said aloud, a little satisfied chuckle. Anyway, I'm not ready to talk about it yet. I need to get out of here as soon as I can. Having convinced myself, I took a deep breath, faced Yukito head on. I had to be as straightforward and firm as I could manage. Yukito?
何?
I know you're really worried about me, and that's why you're asking all these questions, but there really isn't anything you need to fret about. I'm just trying to do my job as your sub-manager. That's all, so please, let me go home. Yukito watched me without a word as I spoke in a shaky voice. The seconds stretched on painfully.
なら一つだけ教えて。
Oh no. What?
今俺が
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
君にキスしたいって言ったらどうする?
Oh no. Oh no. Kiss me? I froze in shock while Yukito waited quietly for my answer. My breath caught in my throat. I felt like the emotions would drown me. We can't. We just can't. That was the best answer I could give. What if you're my brother? It had nothing to do with what I wanted. My feelings didn't matter. After all, Yukito might be my... I bit my lips so hard the pain was enough to make me cry.
そっか。なるほどね。いやでもダメでもなく。
Yeah.
許されない。大丈夫。分かった気がする。
Yeah. Yukito. His smile was a mix of understanding and satisfaction. A confident smile, but also a kind one. It was as if he'd accepted the stormy sea of feelings within me. No, I can't think like that. Yet there he was, in front of me. His smile put me at ease in a way I couldn't explain. No matter how many times I told myself not to give in, I couldn't tear my eyes away from him, as if they'd taken me prisoner. Complete. Alright, our next choices are in Chapter 7. There was a pause. The tension left Yukito's posture and he looked at me again. He was no longer wearing the searching gaze from earlier. Rather, he looked convinced, like a burden had been lifted from him.
ねえ、今君を見て話して、一つ分かったことがあるんだけど。
Uh-huh. What has he realized?
今の君は何かの理由があって自分の気持ちに蓋をしようとしてる。
Oh.
そうじゃない？
I turned away from his gentle gaze. No, not really.
本当？じゃあ、これでも？
Yukito reached over with his free hand and gently took hold of mine. He drew my hand close and pressed it against his sculpted body. When I looked up, Sena's face is so close. The thought immediately made my cheeks hot.
真っ赤。これでも違うって言える？
His sculpted booty! He's like, here, grab my ass. Whoa, whoa, whoa! No, let me go.
ダメだってば。
Oh, wait, no. His body was warm. No, not just warm, unbearably hot. Do you have a fever? And yet his heat was also incredibly comfortable. I just have to get away from him.
ねえ、そんな顔するのになんで嘘つくの？こんなのもう何言っても無駄でしょ。
No.
いい加減認めなよ。君は俺を男として意識してる。それってつまり恋。
No! You might be my big brother, so I can't fall in love with you!
え？
Oh no, I said it.
お兄さん？
There we go. I'm doomed. I tried so hard to hide it, dodging his questions time and time again. It was too late now. I went weak in these when I realized my mistake. Just when I felt like I would collapse, Yukito placed a hand on my shoulder to support me and spoke in a delicate tone.
話して。
Yeah, now in the moment of truth, are you even more turned on? All I could do was nod limply, do my best to explain.
そっか。そっか。
Yukito was buttering next to me. I just nodded in silence. On the table was a cup of lemon tea he had made for me. It had gone cold while I was explaining the situation. All right, we got 3 minutes. I think we're going to try to get to chapter 7. And then we're going to call it and do chapter 7 on another stream. Because if chapter 7 takes like an hour, then we have like an hour to get to the next love interest. Because we're doing Harumi next. And then we're doing Nishijima, and then we're doing the final round. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. It's been a weekend. It's been a weekend. What's the order based on? This. I'm just going down the line. We did Kazuma. We're on Sena. Next we'll do Makino. Then we'll do Riku. Yeah, that's it. Because there wasn't... I guess Kazuma was kind of like the guy that I was like, ooh, I want to do his route first. So we did his route, that matched this, and I just went, okay, we'll follow this then. But yeah, so... Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, ba. Oh, my goodness. What a week it has been. Yeah, I actually am preferring Sena to... I mean, Kazuma had a lot of really good stuff, but the twist at Kazuma's end was kind of, like, wild. If Sena does not have a weird twist at the end, he will eclipse Kazuma. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Check. Honestly, whether he's brother or not, I don't think it counts. I don't think it counts as a twist because we've got into it knowing it was a possibility at all times. Kazuma actually being like jealous of us and wanting us to fail, that was a twist because that was a complete 180 on his character. So it got Colo's play situation.
親父の評判知ってたら疑いたくなる気持ちもわかるかな。実際隠し子騒動とかあったしね。
So did he really?
いや、父親を見つけた。
Oh, okay, well. Now we're free to fall in love with him.
万が一にもそれはないって俺は知ってる。
Oh.
世間の噂ではああだけど。親父にもそれなりの訳があってさ、事情があって、今説明するのはちょっと難しいんだけど、隠し子はありえない。俺が保証する。
Are you sure?
うん、間違いない。君が納得できるような証拠も。
Proof. The way that word shook me and I swallowed hard.
ごめん。
I could only shake my head weakly to his considerate tone. I had grappled with this for such a long time. His balls fell out when I was born! But in the end, Yukito's father turned out not to be my father. So that means it's either Sena, or sorry, it's either Riku or nobody. And Yukito isn't my brother after all. The realization drained me of all those heightened emotions. Even my own thoughts seemed distant and hazy. In the midst of that, I was keenly aware of only one thing. The man in front of me wasn't related to me. Oh, the fact seeped its way to my heart. I had completely had the wrong idea. I caused so much trouble for you. But he's gonna kiss me now? Aww. Aww. Yukito pulled me close. I found myself enveloped in warmth. It was so, so comfortable. And then I realized that I was pressed against his chest. Yukito. We're so angry. I sense Yukito smiled gently at my halting voice. His comfortable chest. Yeah, it was okay. Why did those simple words send a warm feeling spreading through my chest? I couldn't comprehend it. Yeah, everything I'd been bottling up inside for so long, I finally felt like it could come out. It was hard to breathe, my cheeks felt hot, and then finally the first tears spilled forth. Hey, ever since I lost my mom and my grandma, I've always wanted to meet my father. Even if I only got to see him from afar, he refused to accept me. I was sure that I wouldn't be alone anymore, if only there was someone out there related to me. Even though I knew your father might be my father too, I kept coming up with these reasons to avoid asking you about it. Like just now, I had to tell you about my search because I was too afraid to hear the truth. Because if you were really my brother, if Yukito was my sibling, that this love of mine couldn't be allowed. Well... Yukito put more strength into his embrace. Yeah, now you know I have daddy issues, so when I call you daddy in bed, it won't be a surprise. Never before had I heard Yukito's voice sound so gentle, like a soft trickle of tears. I looked up at him. I did. Yukito's smile was kind, gentle, and warm. It drew me in. I couldn't look away. Oh. Aww. We're getting this chapter 6? That's awesome! Kissichi! And then Yukito's lips gingerly connected with mine. No words left his lips, but they conveyed his every overflowing emotion. And I love him too. I was so happy to be able to feel that. I was so happy that this was possible. How could I convey that to him? Yukito, I wanted to tell him how warm and fuzzy he made me feel inside. No, please don't. I don't need that trauma again. With that in mind, I nuzzled my lips against his. I love you, Yukito. My first kiss was my first love. I was sure I'd never forget it. No, there's still chapter 7. The moment resonated strongly and deeply within me. I would remember this for the rest of my life. No! The next day. Yesterday, I opened up to Yukito about everything and learned he wasn't my brother. After that, we expressed our mutual feelings for each other. Oh. No, we have. I mean, she knows we're in love, so... I was so worried yesterday, but now that I've taken this first step, it's like I tugged one thread and unraveled the whole knot. Of course, the issue with Kidari in the movie audition still hadn't been resolved. I'm sure it'll work itself out. Today, I was buoyed by these feelings. There was a new ray of light in my life. And we get captured by the paparazzi. Pardon us.
失礼します。
Being called to the president's office made me so nervous, but the topic of discussion was a whole nother story.
なんかまだちょいドキドキしてるな。
Yukito heaved a rare sigh and I stared at him wide-eyed. Wait, you were nervous too?
あのね、そりゃ緊張するっしょ。急に呼び出されてあんなこと言われたら、君は俺を何だと思ってんの?
Well, I mean, normally you'd be going on about how much of a genius you are by now, so I was wondering if you were alright. When I timidly floated my concern, Yukito let out a quiet laugh. Then he leaned in close.
普段はでしょ。けど今は君と二人きりで、君はありのままを見せられる相手なんだから。
Aww.
それとも君はカッコつけてる俺の方が好き?
I can hear you without you coming in so close.
顔真っ赤にして何言ってんの? うんうん。君は可愛いな。
I was saying so Yukito ruffled my hair. Hey, stop it!
君が可愛くなくなればやめられるかな?
Yukito's fingers slid down and toyed with my locks. Locks? You mean hair? How could he do this so openly? It took everything I had just to look him in the eyes yesterday!
ではそのスケジュールで失礼します。
ほら、そんな膨れっ面しないでもっとにっこり。
God, I told you!
君たちってほんと仲いいよね。
What's with the death rattle? Hello? Yeah. I ducked away from Yukito's hand and hurriedly bowed. Yukito donned his usual smile.
お疲れマネ君。いやー、予想外の話で驚いちゃったよね。
本当だよ。まさかこんな話になるなんて。けども、これは決まった話だからね。こうなったら何が何でもユキト君には成功してもらうから。
Yeah!
もちろん当たり前っしょ。俺も花からそのつもりだから期待しといて。
Yukito, if you act so cocky, I'll come back to bite you.
君も期待しててね。
This is precisely the problem.
ま、とにかくそういうことだからさ。あと、もうそろそろ出発の時間でしょ。ほら、二人とも行った。今日は今日の仕事を頑張って。
頑張って! Alright, we're leaving then.
行ってきます。
We both boarded a taxi cab. Once we'd had a moment to settle down, I turned to Yukito. I literally broke out in a cold sweat when the president called us into his office first thing in the morning. And I couldn't believe that's what he wanted to talk about. There's gonna be a second round of auditions for the movie? Seriously? I accidentally raised my voice. The president nodded.
ああ、ダブル主演のうち一人は西島陸君で決定。だが、もう一人のキャスティングが難航しているらしいんだ。そして、ユキトも最終候補に残っていたらしくてね。
それで、
Yeah, they're very pink.
まあ、実を言えば、最終候補に残っていること自体は前々から聞かされてはいたんだが、
According to the president, the studio had already informed the agency about it, and they wanted Yukito to free up his schedule a bit. That was what they had said, apparently. But the agency hadn't seriously considered Yukito becoming an actor, so they'd come up with various reasons to delay things.
けれどね、ここ最近はミニスタや西島くんが興味を持っているということで、ユキトの俳優転向を望む声が多くなった。
事務所の方にも直接そういった要望は来てますしね。
なので、それを加味し、もしこのオーディションに合格したら、その時はユキトの可能性にかけようと思う。
Yahoo! You mean?
ああ、見事主演に選ばれたその時は、ユキトの俳優転身を全力でバックアップすると約束しよ
う。Yahoo! It went so well that it still doesn't feel real. Are we dreaming?
まあね。だけど大事なのはここからだから。再オーディションに受からなければ何も始まらない。だから俺も精一杯頑張らないとね。
Yang. Yukito made his declaration with a smile, and I nodded profusely. I'm gonna support you as much as I can. You absolutely have to cinch this role.
もちろん。期待しててって言ったでしょ?
Yeah. Yeah. A new round of film auditions had fallen into our lap. It was the first step towards Yukito's career change. We did everything we could. We would do everything it took, wow, to meet that goal. Yeah. Next chapter? Ah, all right. You know what that means. It's time to drop a save and call it for the night. All right. Well, we've made great progress. No, we're not going till midnight. I was gonna make certain we got till the 7th. Yeah, we got to the 7th chapter. So next stream of Love or Pretend will be probably the final episode of Yukito and then getting to the next route. So there's that. Excuse me, oh my god. And it also helps that I'm using a guide for the pretend times because I'm tired of trial and erroring it. So that'll save us a lot of time too. I'm using a guide for the trial and error, or for the pretend time and stuff, so that'll save us a lot of time. But yeah, that's all for tonight's stream. Tomorrow I will be streaming and it will be Tomodachi, so be on the lookout for that. Be prepared for Tomodachi craziness. But yeah, otherwise, let's pop over here. Huh? 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 知らないよ. What? Wait, I'm not lying that I'm using a guide? It doesn't matter. But yeah, thank you everybody so much for stopping by. Truly means a lot. You all know the usual song and dance if you're not already part. Oh yeah, true. I cannot pretend. If you are not already following me on social media, I'd appreciate very much if you would. As well, if you're not already part of our Discord server, would love to see you there. And yeah. So tomorrow is Tomodachi, and we'll have a lot of fun then. So yeah. All right. I hope you all have a wonderful meowing, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. And well, without any further ado, bye bye.